Hello, it's Chris from Lilac Sprig, and today is the start of a whole new series of tutorials from me, and these are going to be about a new kit that I'm putting together. It's a flower kit of assorted flowers which will all come with stems so that you can place them in a vase and cut the stems to the size you require. This one here is the Gerbera, and that's the one that I'm kicking off the tutorials with today. So the kits will come with a stem, and they'll also come with all the pieces, nearly all pre-cut. So we're going to make the darker Gerbera. We've got the paler one. We're going to make the darker Gerbera today with the darker melon coloured petals. And for that you will get a strip like this in the pumpkin, and it's got, as you see, 7 pieces. You need to cut it down the middle, probably slightly shorter on one side than the other. And on the shortest side, you need to get rid of one of the 7 because you don't need it. You'll understand why when we start working on it. Then on each of the 7, you need to cut with some little scissors down them to make them quite a lot thinner. And then on the slightly longer edge, you do the same with each of the 7. There we go, nearly done on that. Just cut that one a little bit further down. Okay, so then we need to take out our little centre and the smaller of the 2 pieces, and with the glue gun just put a row of glue along the bottom of it. Place the centre in there. I wouldn't place it too near the edge. We then just need to wrap around the felt so you've got it looking like that. Just give it a second or two to bond. I'm just going to place that down, and then I'm going to take the longer of the 2 pieces and add another bit of glue along the edge. Place the one we've already made in the middle and wrap it round, and that's why we've got the extra one on there, because as it gets wider you need to have a little bit more to wrap around it, and the centre is there, and it will become a little bit more obvious when we start to construct it. So what we then need to do is to get a piece of wire stem. Then I just fold over part of the edge of it, take one of the petals, put some glue in from the glue gun and put that in place. Sometimes when I do this, I also pierce a hole in the back of the fabric so that I have the stem coming from the back of it, coming through. It's really entirely up to you and your choice as to which way round you do that. So now we're ready to attach the centre onto the top petal of the Gerbera. So again, we're going to put a blob of glue in the middle there. We're going to pop the centre in, and I'm just going to cup it in my hand like that, just to try and see if I've got any oozing of glue from the centre. Then what will happen is it'll just bring these petals up a bit. As you can see, it's done, and that helps create a bit more of a 3D effect when we construct the plant. So now we've got all this done, what we're trying to do is to not cover the centre. Sorry, that keeps flipping round. So we need to cut down these that we've done, and you can literally cut them to any length that you want, but what I would recommend you do is you start trimming them down and you keep checking what you've got until you're happy with the look that you've got for your flower centre. So I'm just going to try and get these unclip back. So we're now starting to see the centre more clearly. I feel it still needs to come back a bit, so I'm cutting away. I've probably cut these slightly smaller than the other one I did, but there's no hard and fast rule on this, because there isn't a hard and fast rule with natural flowers. They're never going to look identical, so we can't expect that when we're making them out of felt. So I think I'm happy enough with that. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue just around the outside of that, because I want to lift these petals up. Where they've not lifted, I just want to lift them up a bit, because that will help the look of the final gerbera. And for any of these that just get caught up a bit, that probably needs a trim. Put them there. So there we go, we've got the centre. And then what we need to do is to pop another blob of glue on there, and then making sure that we're going to have the centre at an angle on the leaves, we're going to pop them together. I'm just going to pull the little strands of glue that seem to be a curse of using hot glue, and then just lift these up a bit, which in time they will stay in more of a natural position. And here we have our second gerbera to go with the first gerbera. So now we've got a gerbera in each colour, and the kit is going to include a gerbera in each colour. They're going to be one of the flowers that is duplicated. So I hope you've enjoyed making this up with me, and keep checking in, and we'll talk about the other ones that are coming up.